Anyone out there who is watching this, welcome. This is Random Nonsense, where we are going to be discussing random fucking nonsense, because
I've tested the sands of time. I've felt the fire and never bent. I didn't rise from prophecy. I rose from pressure. I am your
Ross, you want to go? You in?
Oh, fuck yeah.
hollow faces in the mirror. Lost soul searching for a savior. In a world gone mad, toxic and loud.
And we're live. Welcome to episode 3 of Random Nonsense. I'm Jay, your host. That's my co-host.
Out our friend Travis. So I would like to welcome our friend and director Travis into the studio tonight.
Ahoy, everybody! How y'all doing?
We can throw it to the clip right here.
Yeah.
We have our special guest. I love the clicky button.
How's it going?
What's up, Shelly?
Not much.
Wait, I think I got it. Can you hear me?
Holy shit!
Almost fixed it.
Dude. Oh my. I was just close to throwing my phone out the window.
What's so you fixed it?
And
Howdy.
I didn't know how to say your last name. Thank you. That's what you
Yeah.
I love the makeup. You guys are great.
Oh, yeah.
Interview nailed down. We finally have one of my favorite people on the shoot, Kevin.
So yeah, that was wild. Top of one.
Okay, there we go.
And here is our guest. And this is Jay Michael.
Hey, how you guys? I'm good. How are you guys?
Our good friend.
Hey.
Hey, Hadi!
Hey, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
I did.
And I did too. I must have jumped. Yeah. All right, here we go. Sam's got the genuine clap for it, actually. The clap.
Rubik, it's crazy. Thank you, by the way. And before I forget, the intro, it may be 3 minutes long, but it just proves that you're a true wrestling fan. Like, that's a legit wrestling intro. So, it works perfectly.
Hello and what is up and welcome to Random Nonsense. And why haven't I thought about doing the turn like that? Like that was super cool, Evan. Why didn't I think about doing that?
I don't know.
Like
We just filmed like an hour and something long interview, and we talked about all the great people. How the fuck did we not talk about these?
Oh my
God, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Random Nonsense. Extra friend Jason, who plays Paul in the movie.
Yes.
staying up till 2:30 in the morning and using AI to do everything now.
That is very good. I like that. Very, very good. That is-
All opinions expressed on this show don't always reflect the beliefs of the people on this show. There will be some adult themes and references. We are all adults. If you are young, ask an adult for permission before watching. And remember, it's all for fun. JJ.
You should have looked.
Nope.
Oh, I never moved the camera. I am not doing this today. Fuck all of this today. Sorry, everybody. 1 second.
You know.
I have an assistant who somehow never remembers to help.
I can't help that if
when
I was
take
being
the dog
so
outside. God forbid I get a little
I
help around here.
I got StreamYard loaded up, bro.
Yeah, but nothing was set up. I had to
Sir.
rush and do all that.
Sir.
This guy. Anyways, welcome to Random Nonsense.
Do you
Today
want-
we're talking about video games. And in order to do that, I thought we'd cross the streams a tiny little bit and bring over my friend Rich from the Heel Turn. So, everyone, Rich from the Heel Turn.
Hey, Maya. Hey, there we go.
I had to introduce you first, sir.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at it.
Because you're not usually on this one, so that would make you a guest on this one. So I had to give you the proper introduction. I probably should have pre-warned you, but I forgot.
Yeah,
My
it's
bad.
okay. It's standard JJ stuff. Like he forgets.
If you've watched this show, it's always a hot mess. There's always something going on that's not right. Like the fact I didn't move the camera.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Hefty didn't set anything up for you today.
I know,
No.
this
Well, I mean, do you want an
guy.
assistant or do you want to do everything for you, guy?
An assistant.
Well, I assisted. I got StreamYard loaded up. You're welcome. I didn't hear a thank you.
I said thank you earlier today.
Yeah, earlier today.
Oh, thank you again.
There. That was not so difficult.
Good boy.
No. He booped my snoot.
And I good boyed you.
No.
That's my one.
Wow.
Hooray. But yes, we're here to talk about games. Sorry to get everyone going. And yes, I'm wearing the same shirt from yesterday because it is the shirt I wear after work. So fuck off. I'm not lazy. I just put it on yesterday, so it's still technically clean.
It's okay. That just means he doesn't do laundry that often.
Shh, don't tell my secret. This guy. So
we're here to talk about video games.
Yes. Who would like to start? I will open the floor.
So I don't know how often you've done video game ones, but where did everybody get their start? Like, what was their first one and everything like that? That's what I want to know.
I'll let you go first, sir. I'd be nice.
I was trying to answer Pops. What was the question? I'm sorry.
What was your first?
How did you get into video games, and what was the first thing you played?
So I remember back in probably 1984. I was living in Saranac Lake, New York, and there was this guy in the house next door whose son had gone to college. What?
I wasn't born yet.
I know. A lot of people are. And there's a gentleman who lived next door, and his son had gone to college and had left his Atari 2600, which the guy gave to me. And back in those days, because this was before Nintendo came out, the Nintendo Entertainment System, they had like little RF. I don't know if that's the right thing for them, but they were like these little forked prongs that you would screw into the back of your TV, and it would have like a slider switch on it.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That would go from like it was basically like a toggle button between like the TV and the video game system with just a slide. Playing it on an old black and white television, and sometimes if my parents let me downstairs on the big color television and one of the old wooden things. Yeah. And I loved video games. I was hooked. Then I think 1985, my across the street neighbor in the same place, Katie Decker. She got the Nintendo, and I was over at her place. I'm going. Well, you don't forget stuff like this. And I saw Super Mario Brothers for the first time, and all I had before that was Atari to be based on. So, mind blown, and that was it. I think we ended up getting our own in 1987 or 1988 from our grandfather, and it was the one with like the power pad, and the gray gun, not the orange gun, before they changed it because there was a thing in like the 80s and maybe early 90s where like you had to have either like an orange plastic tip on the end of guns so you could like differentiate real guns from other guns. But under that rule, they ended up changing the gray Nintendo gun, the Zapper, as it were, to the orange one because of that in later revisions of the Nintendo Entertainment System. But anyway, that was it, man. It was I loved it. My brothers, I have 3 younger brothers, all love video games. I still collect Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, and I have a lot of PlayStation 2 games. I have my collection, I think, is worth about $7,000, I think, which isn't much, but it is a lot. But it's something that I treasure, and I don't collect to collect. I collect to play. So the games I get, I clean. My brother and I will change out the batteries on them because all my brothers collect too. But yeah, that's how I got sucked into video games, and then further down the line, I ended up getting a PlayStation 2. A modded PlayStation for my birthday that had the chip in it, so like I could play Thrill Kill and shit back in the day, which was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I ended up getting an Xbox Arcade, a 360 Arcade, then upgraded to like an Xbox One when that came out, and just so for a very long story. I've been in video games for a very, very long time.
Yeah. I would say my first experience, I think I was 5, so that's.
I'm so short.
So like 1997, 1998, my dad came home one day with a Sega Genesis.
Oh, nice.
some guy that he worked with. He just bought it. He bought it brand new. He didn't like it, and he sold it to my dad for like $100. And I think I don't remember every game I had for the Genesis, but one game I did play a lot when I did have it. It was like I don't want to say it was like a Looney Tunes game, but it was like some kind of like Bugs Bunny game, and then and you're like you just had to collect carrots, and it was
I have
almost
that
like
one.
yeah,
I have
it's
that.
almost like Mario, but like with like a little tiny baby Bugs Bunny, and I played the shit out of that until like it was great. And then I just kept going. I personally never owned any Nintendo consoles from that time. I never owned like an NES or an SNES. I went right from the Genesis to like a PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2. I briefly had a 3. I've had a 4. I've had a 5, and then growing up, I had an Xbox 360, and I did not own an Xbox One. But and I owned a Series X, but then when Microsoft decided to screw everybody over and raise all their prices, I kind of got rid of that. So
Which price hike are we talking about? Because there's
all
been
of it, all of it. I mean, it was just the consoles and the Game Pass, and it just for me, it just was like for like I like don't get me wrong, I think Game Pass is probably one of the greatest things ever that they ever invented. But when you're making it more and more and more expensive, where it's like because it wasn't just me that had it, it was like me and my son had it. And you know, if I wanted to buy a year of Game Pass for the both of us, it was like almost $700 just for him and I just to have it. And I was like, I'm not spending $700 just to have Game Pass for 2 consoles.
Yeah, that's insane.
So
yeah, oh yeah.
I already had a PlayStation 5, and I had the Series X and the PlayStation 5. So what I did is I took his Series X, my Series X, traded everything in, and I just bought him a PlayStation 5. And it's just cheaper that way.
Yeah.
So the only thing that sucked was like we like decided to do it after we had already bought games on the Xbox, but I was able to like get some refunds and just having to rebuy everything, but now everything is just simple.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember when when the Series X's came out and they were like stupid high in price, and then COVID hit, and then like the chip shortage and stuff like that. It was like super expensive, so I was like, cool. I'll wait for the price to go down. Not only has it never gone down, they've raised them several times. So now
they said they
like 2 paychecks, and I'm like, no, I don't pay enough for that.
They said this is the first time in a console generation that after the 5-year mark that consoles have gone up in price. They said if you go back and you look at every console generation after the 5-year mark, whether it was the 360 and the PlayStation, it was 360 and the PlayStation 3, and then the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One after the 5-year mark, they were discounted, either went on Black Friday deals, or they had produced so much that they discounted them to get old inventory out to make new inventory. No, that's not what happened with this one. After the 5-year mark, they just kept going up.
And did you see they just announced the new one that's like a PC console hybrid?
The Project Helix.
So that's like a mortgage right there. You're going to need to be able to buy it.
It's probably going to be like $1,200.
Oh, absolutely. You're better off just buying it. You can get a cheap gaming piece, like not a cheap, but like a good decent gaming PC for fucking $1,200. That's obscene. And going back to the 5-year mark thing, you're absolutely right. Because even going back to the regular Nintendo, the front loaders were like typically like $100, $100 something bucks. But then in the 90s, I think it was like 1990, the 5-year mark from when it made its U.S. premiere, they did the top loaders, and those were $50, $50, $49.99. So, yeah, you're right. They've always gone down except for this time.
Yeah, and then PlayStation just announced today they had to raise their console prices. Now the PlayStation 5 Pro is $900.
No thanks.
And I find it more funny now that Microsoft is announced that they announced Project Helix, because they were like, oh, it's going to be a console and PC hybrid, but then Sony just announced that all of their exclusives, they're not going to be bringing them to Steam anymore. So usually what Sony would do is that after their exclusives have been out for a year, they would port them over to Steam. Well, then they realized that when they were doing that, they weren't making the sales on Steam. Like well, let's take for example, like I forget what game that they recently said, but when they had it on the PlayStation, it sold over 2 million copies, but then when they ported it over to Steam, they only sold 700,000.
So let me just explain, because not everybody in the chat is familiar with Steam and everything. So what Steam is, it's basically an online place where you can get games that are either on PC or Xbox or PlayStation, and you can play them on your PC from your computer, and you buy the games from there. So it's kind of like an online game marketplace that you can.
Yeah, it's kind of like a launcher almost.
Yeah.
It's a launcher and a store at the same time.
Yes. What about you, JJ? What was your intro to video games? That's fantastic. Sorry, that's all the time we have for today, folks.
Did they have video games back when dinosaurs were a thing?
Damn. Let's see. I think my first one was Super Mario 3.
Great game.
That was my first one that I distinctly remember. I mean, I've played all the rest, but 3 was the one that I was like, "What's this?" But I was that kid that my uncle was really big into gaming. So when like the next gens would come out, he'd give me the old consoles. I went through the Super NES, N64. I had the GameCube. I had the Sega Genesis, the Sega Saturn, the 32X.
Nice.
I had the Dreamcast. I had the PlayStation 1, 2. I bought my own 3. I bought my own Xbox, like the OG Xbox, which is still the best Xbox. That one was like the most fun because if it broke, you just pop out the drive and put a new one in and just keep running.
Yeah.
So that
except for that controller. That controller was
that controller was trash.
That thing was huge. It was this big, and I got big paws. I'm like, how do I get my hands around this?
My uncle was the same way. That's how I got my first original Xbox. When he bought a 360, he gave me his original Xbox.
Nice.
And that's how I got introduced to Halo, because he had Halo 2, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I fell in love with that. I never played Halo Combat Evolved, the first one. My first one was Halo 2, and I was like, and because there was no, like, he didn't have the Xbox Live on the first one, like when he gave it to me, there was no live. So I just sat there and I replayed the Halo 2 campaign over and over and over again, and I fell in love with that.
Nice. What's the one game you wish that they would remake for like one of the newer consoles now?
I don't have a newer console, so like I wouldn't be able to play any of them.
Well, if you saw them remake one, what would you want?
Thrill Kill, 100%.
Really?
Well, so it was a game that was like, well, tame by today's standards, but back in the day, like 1999, this thing was like the goriest thing out there, and it was pulled from shelves, I want to say a week before its release, by EA, and then EA bought the rights, pulled it, and then sat on the rights so nobody could ever release it. But they were like leaked copies and stuff that I'm pretty sure you can still get. I talked about Atari, yes, Jimmy. And it had a killer. The version that I had fucking like Slayer and Napalm Death on the soundtrack, and Fear Factory. So it was like a 3D fighting game, but you're these people that are in hell fighting to get out of hell. Like there's this one. It was like a cannibal redneck that you beat people with a severed leg, and there was a dude with a bear trap for a mouth. And this fucking huge it was awesome. If look it up on YouTube, it's crazy stuff. It's called Thrill Kill. But if they remade that, I would be over the moon. I would be over the moon if they got the licensing from the bands from the version that I had to run that music on it too, because that really sold it.
I'd have to say for myself, because there's not really many PlayStation 1 or 2 games that I want to be remastered, but if I had to pick like in that console era of the 360 and the PlayStation 3, which have been teased 100 times, would have to be Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yes.
With the Oblivion remaster being so successful, and seeing what Unreal Engine can do to Bethesda games is crazy. Because if you played the original Oblivion compared to the remake, that you start to realize that don't get me wrong, back in the day, Bethesda's engine, the creation engine, was good for that time, but
Yeah, the
it's
game
not
railway.
it's not good for like modern games anymore.
No.
Like when they threw Oblivion into Unreal Engine 5, it fixed so many things and it was gorgeous. So just to have just to put Fallout, when they put Fallout in both of those games in Unreal Engine 5, they're gonna come out and be like probably the
On top.
best games ever.
I agree.
I'd buy 3 if they came
Pop
out.
says I used to play Pong on my friend Jeff's Atari. I think it was Atari. Yeah, that sounds about right. They had Pong on Atari, but they also had dedicated Pong systems too. I still got a functioning Sears Pong system and my Atari 2600 in my shed.
And
that's wild.
Oh, says Crimson Desert. He's in love with that game right now.
And Ahoy Groovy.
I don't want to talk about Crimson Desert right now. I can't. I don't have it yet. I keep seeing everybody play it. I don't have it yet.
Yeah, I don't have it yet either. I think for me, it's torn between 2 games. I'd either want to see F Jam fight for New York.
I didn't even think about that. That's a PlayStation 2 game.
Or the extremely gross Punisher game back in the day, where like you put drill bits in somebody's face if they didn't tell you shit.
That's
like
cool.
Those are 2 I would be like, oh yeah, let me get me some of that, because that was probably at the time the best Punisher game ever, because it was pretty fucking graphic.
Yeah. That was in the day of like Manhunt and stuff, when Manhunt was like.
I think it was made by the same
brutal.
company who
Was
did it too. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Manhunt was Rockstar.
Yeah, Manhunt was Rockstar.
Manhunt's really good, though.
You know what's funny is Manhunt 2 is worth more than Manhunt 1.
Really?
Yeah, I had both of them, but I was like, why is that? Typically, that's
because there wasn't that many copies of Manhunt 2 released when it first came out.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
That's usually what happens with sequels, is that if a game makes a sequel, it's usually more rare and worth more.
It's like Earthbound. I have Earthbound. That's the reason that commands such a high price for Super Nintendo, because it was a limited. And at the end of the life cycle of the Super Nintendo, I have both Suffering games. Those are amazing games. It's the first game I ever heard the C word used in. I was like, whoa, oh, they're awesome.
All right, I'll look into
that's kind of like if you find a physical copy of Fortnite. There are still physical copies of Fortnite that still have the original story mode and campaign in there, which is not accessible today. Like they don't have it in. Like if you go on like any modern day console and you download Fortnite, the original story of how Fortnite started, it doesn't exist anymore. But there is some physical copies with the story printed on it, and they go for like thousands of dollars.
Oh, I'll bet.
That's
yeah.
Crazy.
What's up, Tui?
And it's not locked or anything. Like if you have the physical media, it'll still play.
And you can actually see it stuff.
The only thing is that if you own it and you play it, you cannot earn achievements or trophies in it anymore. Those are locked. But if you wanted to actually learn about Fortnite and learn how it started in the story, you could still play through it. You just won't earn anything for it.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, which I would forfeit the trophies and achievements to be able to to have like something cool like that.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't $1,000, it'd be interesting just to get it and play it through at least once.
Speaking of trophies and achievements, I will say the one thing I hate is when you download or buy a role-playing game. If that game allows you to do mods, it locks trophies and achievements.
Yep.
Yeah.
I found out recently that that's actually a Sony and a Microsoft issue.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because if you download like Skyrim or let's say any Bethesda game and you
mod it,
if you download it on Steam, there is a mod for Steam that you can use that'll allow, because Steam has achievements now. There's a mod that allows you to earn the achievements while using mods.
Huh. All right, that's
but on consoles they don't have that. And I never understood that, because most of the role-playing games like Fallout, Skyrim, any like Elder Scrolls game, or anything like that. They're single player offline games. It's not really affecting anybody.
Yeah.
If I use mods and I want to play through it just so I can have like unlimited ammo and stuff like that, that doesn't affect anybody. I'm not cheating.
No.
I'm not hurting another player.
Yeah.
It's not like when PlayStation 3. So when I first moved back here, that's all I could afford for a game console. So that was my first game console when I first moved back here. I met some friends on Grand Theft, I'm still friends with now, and one of them was a modder. Like he unlocked everything for me the first day I was on there. Like I had everything. Like I had more cash than I could spend. Like I passed all the missions. I unlocked all the games. Like I had everything. And towards the end of that, when I started going, you know what, I think I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to go to the 4 and get off of there. The community, like once it became mostly modders on there, it was ridiculous. It was so bad. Like it would be laggy, it'd be bonky. Like you're trying to do something and they just like grab you and drop you wherever they want, and you're like, the fuck is happening here? Yeah. And it was just a hot mess. So I was like, no, I'm getting off the 3. I was like, I'm going to the 4. They don't do that over there. So thank God.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Like, I can't stop thinking about that, the Suffering remake, because not a lot of people know about that game as it is. That one kind of flew under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
But such good stuff.
I would never cheat. I cheat every time I play, say, Saints Row. I throw in all the cheats and just run through it in about a day.
Yeah, dude.
I do it just for the fun. Like I don't care if I get the achievements. It's like Saints Row is stupid. It's Grand Theft Auto on cocaine.
Yeah,
it's a Grand Theft Auto sandbox. That's what that's what everyone classifies it as. It's just a Grand Theft Auto sandbox game.
And it's
there's no limitations to it.
Do you ever cheat on Sims,
Jason? I still know the code for the Sims.
That's the only way I play Sims. I put in the money cheat and just give my Sims $1 million, and then when they start to run low, I just like, all right, mother load, put in the thing, and just keep giving them money.
Keep doing it, yep.
That's all it is. You just can't get their trophies or achievements, but like, what do I care? I'd rather have my Sim live rich and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, they EA, which I'm really shocked that EA did this because of how greedy they are. If you play The Sims now, they have a creator fund now.
Really?
Yep, you can if you build properties and you upload them to their server, and depending on how many downloads and stuff like that, you get. I don't remember what the percentage was, but you can get a percentage, and people can actually like buy your properties and buy the places that you build, and then you'll get money for it. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. So now you can go and play Sims and be like a master house builder and then upload it, and then people can buy it, and then you can earn money.
Hell yeah.
Master exploder.
Worse, he showed Haley, you corrupted your daughter.
Gotta learn early. Cheat codes are there for a reason. If cheat codes weren't there to cheat, they wouldn't be there. So it's not cheating.
There's a documentary on Netflix about video games and stuff like that, and it explains how cheat codes became a thing. No, and they're in the code, and they said that they would they had said that they'd rather leave that stuff in there because instead of having to go back, go in, find everything, delete it, and they even came to find out that some games that have cheat codes, when they removed the programming for cheat codes,
it would break something.
It breaks the game. Yep. It literally broke it.
So see,
because cheat codes are not with the original cheat code isn't really a cheat code. It's for developers.
Debugging and
it's a debugging technique for developers. But whenever they took the debugging stuff out, it just crashed the game. It deleted stuff, so they just ended up having to leave it in there, and then people were like finding it online, and then that's how cheat codes became a thing.
Yeah, same. I don't do mods or cheats until after I beat the game normally. Same.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like, wait, why'd you even buy the game if you're just going to cheat your way through it? Like playing through vanilla at one point.
I think the only game that has an exception for is Sims, because there's not really like a story mode for Sims.
I mean, there is on like the newer ones, but on the old ones, it's like, here's your dude, build a house and live. Like, there really no way.
That's still the same concept. It's just that the only thing is now there's like little tasks you have to do, but you can still earn the task points even with cheats.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so if you have a task where it says get maximum cooking skill, there's a cheat where you can max out your cooking skill. You'll still get the task points anyway.
That's what I did with Fallout 3. I played through the first time, like all the way through all the add-on shit.
I love Fallout 3.
Then once it was done, I went back into it, started a new one, and threw in the cheat code where you get to adjust everything when you're the kiddo, and you get to pump up all your stats. And then the moment you walk out of the vault,
you're God.
You go level by level, and you just keep adding shit. I walked out. I'm like, "Where's the death claws? We're going!"
Yes.
Start running in the fucking wasteland, one hit, motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen?
Going, come on, Murlocs, let's go.
That's what. Yes.
Have you seen the Fallout 3 mod where people do it on Steam where you're still a baby, and then when your dad leaves you in the little playpen and he goes into the other room, there's a bunch of landmines in the other room, and he steps in it, and like someone put like 1,000 landmines in the room. So your Liam Neeson dad walks into the other room and he blows up and it like crashes your PC.
Oh man, no. I could imagine.
It's so fun. It's so funny. I got video pops up every now and then. I just love watching that one.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I didn't know about that.
Fallout 3 was the first and only game that I've ever modded on the computer.
Okay.
Like, and and the mods that I had were clean. It cleaned up the background, the texture.
Yep.
Like mine was all like to make it look better. And the one mod that I was super glad I found is the one when I would look down, I would see a body and not just empty fucking space because it's weird.
I thought you were saying you're gonna look down and you see a dick.
God damn.
There's dicks in video games. Play Cyberpunk 2077.
I say play Cyberpunk, play Baldur's Gate. They got all that stuff in there.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was huge when that came out, man. I used to have that. That's one I wish that I had regotten, but there are other ones on my sites. But that will be added to the library at some point. But yeah, I remember Fallout 4.
Yep.
When it's thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that, please, and thank you. Fallout 4 when that became moddable on consoles, so that was huge. When Bethesda let and you were better off having an Xbox at that point. Because there was a wider library of mods that you could put in, because the PlayStation 4 had a certain amount, a much lesser amount of memory allotted for mods, and that was the first time I'd ever modded a game before, and I loved the hell out of it, man. I downloaded radio mods, jetpack mods, fucking cool, and they weren't I guess some of them were game breaking. But a lot of them were just cool quality of life improvements, and just little tweaks to the game that kind of made it more towards me. I downloaded I think a Twilight Zone radio one. Another cool. There was this old radio show from the 40s and 50s. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank now. The Weird Circle. And it was kind of like an episodic, almost Twilight Zone thing, but it was horror stories. And it was so I downloaded a thing of that, and it would play hours of that on it. Just what a cool thing, man!
So, what's one game that's made you want to rage quit and snap your controller?
Dude, Dark Souls, 100%.
Call of Duty.
My Xbox and I had downloaded it because it was a Games with Gold thing, so I downloaded it for free. So let me see what this is all about. 10 minutes later, I literally had to uninstall it because I was going to put my Xbox through my window. I was like, no, I don't fucking know. And people love that game, and people are good at it. And I was like, I don't. That's beyond my capabilities as a gamer. I don't have
For me, it's either Call of Duty or when I tried to play Elden Ring. I can't play that game. I can't play any FromSoft games. They're just too damn hard.
Say for mine, I think it would be Assassin's Creed 3.
Really?
That was my
really
game. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the story, but for some reason I could never master the whole being super stealthy. I got caught all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like no matter how like gentle, like I would like nudge it, and then they're like, "Oh, you," and I'm like, "Nobody would know what the fuck."
Yeah, I hate games like that. To be honest,
so that would drive me up the wall. Where like I'm just sitting there shaking, I'm like, you know what, fuck this game.
Black Flag, Black Flag's remake got officially announced too.
Oh, did it?
Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. They're redoing the entire game, but they are going to cut out the Animus stuff. So when the original Black Flag, what you would do is that you would play as the pirate, and then every now and then you would teleport you back to like real time in the Animus. They're gonna cut all of that stuff out, and it's just gonna be straight playing as the pirate, playing as Edward.
I think that would be all right. I'd try that. I bet that'd be fun.
I think with like the newer, like I think 4 was the last. I'm pretty sure 4 was the last one with the Animus, because I think that was the last one where you kept having to do the time jumps, and the rest of them were just like you just start out as the assassin, you just play the entire game as the assassin. I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Animus was a big part of like the first 3, and technically 4, but I don't think anybody really liked playing like jumping between doing puzzles as the future person and then going back and then playing as the assassin.
Yeah. It was almost like, oh, you know what another game was that I didn't think of that was a fucking total, like, I hate this game, was Myst.
Really? I like Myst.
I never played Myst.
You press a button on one side of an island, it might do something on the other side of the island. You don't know what the fuck it does. You gotta go find
it's a puzzle game.
Bro, I've played puzzle games. That was an infuriating game.
I think that's on my 4.
Infuriating.
I think it's on my 4 because I downloaded it.
How do you guys feel about like Blizzard games, like World of Warcraft, Diablos?
I was a Guild Wars guy, so I didn't do Warcraft. I didn't do I was more a Guild Wars guy. Like Blizzard, when I think Blizzard, I think like Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's Blizzard, isn't it?
Yep, Blizzard. Yep. So Diablo is pretty much World of Warcraft, but darker. So like World of Warcraft.
I played Diablo before, and like more specifically Diablo 3, which was a lot of fun because I used to play with my brother on that. Tui loves Diablo. Loves Diablo.
That was my first Diablo. Was Diablo 3 when they finally ported it over from PC to Xbox 360.
Yep.
And then Diablo, and then we have Diablo 4, and then I already knew Diablo 4 was going to be good, and then of course, like, you know, playing Diablo by yourself is okay, but it's always good to play with people. And of course, like my lovely wife over here, she didn't know anything about Diablo because she grew up playing like World of Warcraft and stuff like that, and she had no idea about what Diablo was. And you know, she was like, I told her to just buy Diablo. Like, if you like World of Warcraft, you're gonna like Diablo. And then she just came up with like, she's like, well, why would I want to buy a game that I know nothing about? It's like, what if I spend $60 or $70 for a game I don't even like? And now we're, I don't know how many years, like 4 years later or something like that, it's been out. She's got like close to 600 hours.
Jesus, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If it's not Diablo with her, it's Call of Duty. But yeah, I'm sitting over on Diablo with 140 hours. She's got almost 600 hours.
Jeez.
So for her, and I remind her all the time, every time she plays it, and I'm like, hey, remember that time when you were like, what if I don't like this game? And now she's just like enthralled into it.
That's cool.
I like The Binding of Isaac. That's one that I go back to quite often. And it's like a rogue dungeon kind of like game. You ever play that, Rich?
No.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's ridiculous. It's a rogue dungeon crawler, but it's a lot of fun. It was popularized on Steam, but they ended up putting it to Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that. And it's one of those ones where you could like save anywhere. So even if you like accidentally exited out of the game, it will pick it back up whenever you load back up wherever you were. So you don't have to get anywhere. It'll just save whenever, wherever.
That's kind of why I like Diablo, because I could just like if I'm done for the day, I could just go back and just whatever town I was last in, I'm just right there ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's another thing I like about like Blizzard games is like, don't get me wrong, Blizzard games, they're dungeon crawlers, but you don't have to just do dungeons. Like you could do dungeons, or you could be on like the main map and you could just fight things outside. So it's kind of like it's like an open world RPG MMO and a dungeon crawler all at the same time. It like has all that stuff.
Indeed.
I've
about
never played any of those games?
Fair enough.
You never
I've
played
never.
what?
I've never been a big like PC gamer, so I've never.
Yeah,
I've
me either.
played a few games on.
Neither have I. But like when they ported over Diablo 3 to 360, I was happy because I was like, I'd seen so many things about Diablo 3, and then when I really wanted to get into it, I ended up finding out I was like, oh, it's a PC game. Like, how the hell am I ever gonna play this? So when they ported it over to 360, I was like, one of the first things I got, and I was like, oh, I loved it. And then I was like, oh, I wonder, like when Diablo 4 got announced, I was like, oh, are they gonna do what they did with Diablo 3, where like Diablo 3 was like on PC for like 5 years before they ported it over. And I saw like, oh no, it's gonna come out on consoles like day one. So I was like, all right, well, that was, to me, getting Diablo 4 was like a day one thing that I did.
Nice.
I remember sitting in the car. I want to say it was like winter time, or maybe it wasn't winter, but it was. I remember it was precipitating very hard outside. It was either rain or snow.
So you remember there was some kind of precipitation.
There was some sort of precipitation.
Sort of like what Josh has when he sits next to me.
Yeah, exactly. Or me. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, man.
But so, and we ended up. We had an electrical fire at our place. So it probably was summer then. So it was like, pouring rain. Tui standing in the rain, getting this game. He gets it, and we get back to the hotel with it, and it was like almost unplayable because it was just there. I seem to recall there were like a lot, and two of you are still watching. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but there were a lot of issues with the game when it came out. Which sucks. That's a trend that I don't like.
Are you sure you didn't pick up a Bethesda game?
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, that's where I was kind of going with that. That's a trend that has been, I think, perfected by Bethesda.
Yeah.
But was an issue before is you just release a broken game, and then you're like, whatever. Modders will take care of the problems, or like we'll get it in like a day one patch and stuff like that. Back in my day, if you bought a shitty game, you were stuck with it. There were no patches.
No nothing.
If you bought a shit game, you were stuck with a shit broken game.
Sort of like the ET game.
Yes, only way worse. Well, yeah.
Rich he'll appreciate this one. So I'm probably one of the only few people, and I hate that I don't own this anymore. I'm one of the only few people who still had the WWE13 with the THQ logo on the bottom before they switched over. And I was like, oh, I wish I still had that, because they got bought out, so they switched companies and reprinted it.
I love WCW NWO Revenge.
We played
one
that
of the best
at
Eddie's. One of the best games ever made.
Well, that's why. That's why. Like, that's kind of like why I like 2K26, because 2K bought the game mechanic from THQ and Ukes. So now WWE 2K26 plays like, SmackDown versus Raw, and plays like those games that we played in the 2000s.
Which I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. Like, hey, if we're going to take this,
because THQ and Ukes probably had they probably had the patent on it. Because if you go back and you look at the AEW game, that was done by THQ and Ukes, and that same mechanic is in that game. So they probably had to wait, or 2K probably had to wait for the patent to expire, or probably hounded THQ to try like how much for the mechanic that you used to use, and then THQ either never renewed it, or they just sold it.
Yeah, I would probably say just sold it, because I would think that was something that THQ would hang on to.
Yeah.
And then they finally probably just reached a point where they were like, okay, like we'll sell it. It's been, however long.
Well, I mean, they used that same mechanic in the AEW game, and that game was a failure. and they saw like, because what had happened is like they were using an older mechanic on a newer game, and it ended up being too cartoonish. But then 2K was like, well, hey, we can use that mechanic and make the game look more realistic, and it's a really good combination. It literally combines the hyper realism of what wrestling and fighting games should be with an older mechanic.
Yeah, I saw him editing some of the footage that you sent him,
and
it took me 5 minutes, 7 minutes to realize I finally just turned. I was like, "Is this a fucking video game?"
Yeah, he thought.
I thought it was real shit.
No, that was the game. That's our. Well, don't spoil it too much because that's our topic tomorrow.
I won't. Just go. I didn't know that was a video game. I was like, "Oh, my!" But then I kind of started to see the textures. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh shit, is this a video game?" Boy, am I old.
That's right. That's why you need to get the modern day consoles.
No, if you're funding it, I'll get one.
Why? You might as well. Hey, listen, you got until April 2nd while they're still cheap.
Now I'm good.
I'm sure Josh will sell his PlayStation. Just tell JJ to sell his PlayStation 4, and he'll help you fund it.
No, that's where all my PlayStation 4 games are.
Thanks, bud. You're the best.
Your PlayStation 4 games can play on your 5.
Yeah, but I don't want to clog up the new one with old games. I want to only put new games on the new one and old games on the old one, sir. And all my old game data is on the old one anyway.
All I'm hearing is I hate my best friend.
You can transfer your game data to the 5.
I know, but I don't want to clog it up with old game data.
Yeah, you're not going to clog. You know what you do? You go out and you spend $90 and you buy a 4 terabyte HDD hard drive, because and then you put all your PlayStation 4 games on that, like what I do, because I have PlayStation 4 games on my 5. I have it on an external hard drive, and I have it all right there. And in that way, none of my PlayStation 4 games are clogging up the 5.
Well, shit on me.
And then you can just transfer all your data, and you can just take an Ethernet cable, plug it into the back of your 4, then plug it back and plug it the other end into your 5, and you can transfer all your data right to your 5 and your games. Because the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible with the 4.
It's that easy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're holding on to a relic that now Sony has now shut down the online and shut down the manufacturers of it. So
wait, so I still can't download games in my library now?
Nope.
Oh.
Sorry, Bubba.
Oh.
The PlayStation 3 and 4 stores are done.
Yep.
I miss the 3 though. The 3 was a fun console because it was like that first step into where we are now, and it was fun to see like where we went from like the N64 to the PlayStation, the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, and like the PlayStation 3 and the 360 were like the last 2 older versions of how games used to look. And then it just like one day you're like, oh wait, that's amazing.
See you later, Pops. Thanks for watching.
I remember when I got my first PlayStation 3, I waited outside the Best Buy in Crossgates on Black Friday. They had a sale. It was that PlayStation 3 where it had the top loader, where the top slid.
Yeah, my brother has.
It was $130 on sale for Black Friday, and I waited outside in the cold for it.
I don't blame you. That's the only reason I went with an Xbox, because I was a PlayStation guy until PlayStation 3 came out, and whatever its launch price was, it was like $300 or $400 or something like that. I was like, there's no fucking way. Then I walk into Target. It was a Target one night, and they had the Xbox arcades for I think like $150.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit. I have that on me. I was like, all right, let me buy this. And I ended up getting I got Left 4 Dead and Dragon's Age Origins.
There you go.
Yo, great games.
My fun PlayStation 3 story was, at that time I really wasn't really gaming kind of like I am now. Like I still do, but like even then it was worse. I didn't own like anything.
You game, Mr. I haven't been on anything in over 2 weeks?
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. I'll get on it. Actually, I do have a real big craving to play some Red Dead Redemption. And
you've been talking about that.
Yeah. Listen to the Django Unchained soundtrack while I play it. It's the only way to play it, people. So if you're going to play it, throw in the earbuds and just go through the soundtrack, put it on loop, and just fucking rock out as a cowboy. But my funny PlayStation 3 story is Like, I was on that shit or get off the pot phase at this point. Like,
Yes.
I wanted to get a game console. I wanted to play. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted. I'm in some random store, and there's a copy of Batman Arkham Asylum for the PlayStation 3, and I read the back, and I'm like, I buy the game. No console, no nothing. I buy the game.
I did that for PS2.
I'm with my girlfriend at the time, and she's like, you don't even own that console. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna own that console. 2 weeks later, I'm walking in the door with a fucking brand new PlayStation 3. She goes, where the fuck did you get that? I'm like, at the store world? What I get it from? Like, she's like, but she was like confused. I was like, I bought that game. You said, oh, you don't have the console. I said, I will have the console. I bought the fucking console.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
And I got mine on clearance because it was one of the older ones. I only spent $120 on it.
Wow.
So I was like,
there you go.
I was like,
at least you bought Arkham Asylum for the right console, because if you bought Arkham Asylum for PlayStation 3, you got to play as the Joker. That was a Sony exclusive.
Hey, I had that one. I didn't get to play as the Joker.
You got it. If you, it was like almost like a DLC where you get to play as the Joker. You can go. I think you have to beat the story. I think you have to beat the story first, but then you can go back and you can do everything like you would in the original, and you could just play as the Joker. And then instead of fighting the Joker at the end, you're the Joker and you fight Batman.
Ooh, so that's a game that I always use cheats on. Because if you use the cheats, it gives you access to the other bat suits, so you can play as different versions of Batman.
That's cool.
You cheated in a game that was easy.
No, I just do the cheat so you get all the suits, so you can put the suitsies on. The suitsies are cool. That's the point.
In Arkham Asylum, I thought.
I don't know how I'm gonna get you part of it. I'm working on something.
You just take it with you.
Okay.
Did you at least beat it first before you did the cheats?
Yeah. No. Like that's my one rule when it comes to gaming. I will play through the whole thing the way it's supposed to be played, and then I'll restart it.
Yeah, kind of like Travis was talking about earlier. Yeah,
and then I'll cheat the fuck out of it afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
If you cheat in the beginning, are you really like enjoying
the
game?
No, that's the whole
You're
thing.
just rushing through it.
That's why you got to cheat and mod that shit after you played it, because you know what's going on already.
Well, that's what I said. That's how I did that with Fallout. I played that through the way it was supposed to be played, then went back in, and I was like, all right, fucking, here's the cheat code. I'm coming out this fucking bitch in God mode.
Hell yeah.
I think one of my favorite bat suits when they added it to the Batman games was, even though it looked really weird playing as like a buff like Bruce Wayne, but the Batman Beyond suit.
Yeah, that one was fun. I used that one. My normal go-to for the for Batman Arkham Knight is normally either Batfleck or Bale. Those are the two.
Batfleck?
He's got the cool gray
No,
suit.
I know, but I've just never heard the portmanteau before.
You've never heard the Batfleck?
I love it. I get
they
it.
Added if you have Arkham Knight still, they added the Robert Pattinson suit too.
Ooh, I think I have that one actually, because I kept up to date with it. I called out of work to play that game for 2 days straight when I bought it. I called my boss. I'm like, I can't come to work. I'm sick.
Yeah,
one of my coworkers ratted me out like, he went and bought Batman last night. This motherfucker ain't sick.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Fucking 2 full days, just all I did was Batman. I didn't sleep. I just did Batman.
That was Final Fantasy X.
Oh, good
for
choice.
Me. When that came out, I didn't go to work, I think, for a couple days.
I've done that. That's probably gonna be me when like some of the newer games coming out like this year, like Grand Theft Auto 6 gonna come out. I even did that. Like I took a weekend off when Borderlands 4 came out recently. When Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, I'll probably do that. And then there's a bunch of other games that I've done that for. I've done that for like Call of Duties, where like when like Black Ops 2 came out, I didn't go to work for like 4 days.
I might do that when the Wolverine game comes out.
I'm
it's supposed to be super fucking bloody.
I'm gonna show.
I might be like, Tyler, I need this and this day off, and then not go to work for 2 days and just sit in here and just fucking get down on some Wolverine.
The second I get home, I'm clipping this part of the show and I'm sending it right to Ty.
And the Lego Batman one where you play through all the movies. Oh,
yeah, there you go. I
definitely be like, Tyler, I can't come to work. I'm sick. I got Batman syndrome again.
On you.
I never got into those Lego games. Like they look really fun to like watch people play them, but then like I always say like, oh, I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna like this. I end up not liking it.
So I'll tell you this: they're fun if you play with somebody on the same screen. Like if like because it's like it's a 2-player, so you get somebody else, and it's more fun then because you get to like laugh about it at the same time. Because when you play them alone and you start laughing about how stupid this is, you go, I'm 40. Why am I playing this? And I'm like, I start backing out. But I love it so much, but it's not as much fun unless there's somebody to talk shit with about it. Like,
no, I agree.
Because they're corny, but they're fun.
Yes.
Like when you beat someone up and then they don't, and they brick apart. There's you hear the brick noises. They fall apart.
Yeah, the little plastic
like,
noise. Yeah.
Like you know, it kind of makes you think of a kid thing. And,
sure, no,
and they're
absolutely.
fun. I'm not shitting on them. I love them. I've got Batman 3, the Marvel one, Avengers one, the other Marvel one, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
I think.
I know I got a couple other ones.
I think I only have 2 Lego games. I think I have Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, and then I think I have the Lego Star Wars. I think I have the Skywalker Saga, where you play through all 9. You play through all 9 movies.
I think I have that one too because it was free on PlayStation a few months back, and I'm like, okay.
I have Lego CVS Worker Simulator.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Oh, I've got the Jurassic Park one too.
Do you really?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty rad. I think I have one of the. I have a Lego game. I can't remember which one.
After I stopped buying like actual discs, my entire library of stuff, I just like, ooh, that's free. I'll take that. Ooh, that's free. I'll take that. Ooh, that's free. I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I'm glad I sold you my old PlayStation 5 because it was a digital one.
Yeah, I don't do hard copies anymore. That's way too much work.
Yeah, but
next to a physical
especially nowadays with games where now they can do steelbooks with games. Like sometimes a game can come out with a really nice steelbook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a Skyrim steelbook.
I might have to look into that. That's kind of cool.
I have a Cyberpunk steelbook somewhere. We had a Diablo 4 steelbook.
Oh, good choice.
Sorry, Rich. Go ahead.
No, you're good. We had a Diablo 4 steelbook. Crimson Desert has a really nice steelbook. It's like a Crimson Blood Red. It looks really cool.
That's badass.
I definitely want to get that too because Travis has been nothing but hyping the fuck out of that game, and it just sounds fun. Like there's no like dumb like side shits to do. Like it's not this is how you do this. You kind of just go in and figure it out.
So Crimson Desert is how to explain Crimson Desert. So Crimson Desert is going to be a new way to play video games. So Crimson Desert is only one of 2 newer games that are going to do this. So it's Crimson Desert and then Hell is Us, where there's no mini map, there's no compass, and you literally have to go around the map and you have to talk to people and talk to NPCs and fight bosses, and you have to learn about the lore by actually talking to people. There is no markers that tells you where to go. There is no assistance. And those 2 games are the only 2 games that are right now that have that concept, and I guarantee they will not be the last 2 to do that.
No, probably not, especially since they've been getting such a warm response.
Yeah.
From the community, so
to have 2 games, like to have the concept of no compass, no mini map, and it forces you to actually sit there and talk to every NPC and learn about everything because because most people when they just play role playing games, they'll talk to somebody, they'll fast forward, they'll skip dialogues, and until the mission pops up, and then you just go do it. You know what I mean? Like you're not learning anything.
I read their shit at least, but yeah, like. I'll read it, but yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Wait, but no, I might pay attention, so I don't think I just skip over. I don't just skim through. Maybe if I played it, once before, and I just got to get to where it'll let me get the mission. But yeah, I like to learn that stuff, and like I love NPCs, like they're there for a reason,
Until they start attacking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then you kill them, fuck them.
Fucking zombie.
Did you see in Crimson Desert that you could do RKOs to people?
No, I did not see that, but that's fucking awesome.
There is like it's kind of got like that old old but like Saints Row 3 like how they do their combat, where you can like run up to people and then grab them, and you
Right.
can like do a bunch of moves. And literally, one of them is you literally run up to somebody, you turn around, and you just RKO them like a cutter right onto the ground. And then if they don't die, you can literally RKO and then curb stomp their head right into the dirt.
Saints Row 3 had that, and they all, like, if you went through and looked for their taunts, because they were made by the same company at the time that was making the wrestling games, the one like taunts called the Marine, and it was John Cena, and he would do the thing, and then the one would be the flare, he'd do the strut, the move,
that's badass.
and like you would like elbow drop people, and then you'd like pose and do the thumbs up and shit. It was so stupid, but I might have to play Saints Row 3 after this. No, I have to edit. Stop it, you.
You have to edit.
I know. I just yelled at myself.
Yeah, you need to edit for tomorrow.
Yes, I will finish that after this.
Which look at that.
Remember, what's our topic for tomorrow?
Our topic for tomorrow is tag teams and factions, and our first of hopefully many dream matches simulated by my good friend Rich here that I have to now finish editing.
Yes,
because that is my job as, I guess, the random asshole who thought it would be fun to add more stuff to my YouTube channel.
We're down to a nicer guy.
Next week is your dream match.
AJ. Stop.
No, don't spoil. You don't spoil the dream matches.
I just said who it was. They don't know anything more about it other than the name.
Yeah, I know, but they're supposed to be surprise dream matches.
Oh, my bad. Forget I said anything.
Done and done.
Yeah. So tomorrow's topic is tag teams and factions. Next week's topic is going to be masked wrestlers. And then the week after that is going to be what an alternate universe that JJ thinks would be cool is if WWE today, 2026, was still run by Vince McMahon, which baffles me that he even wants to think about that.
I did not say it was cool. So before we go real quick, this was my idea for that process. Not that it's cool, not that I want it, but looking at the landscape of where they are, who they signed, who came back, would have any of this ever happened? Like, that's what it's about. Like, and this still happened if the old man was still in charge.
I already told you half of the stuff that you see today wouldn't even be going on right now.
But that's why we're gonna talk about it, because it's gonna be fun.
Because it's funny. Right before you texted me that and asked me like that could be a topic, I did see a video on TikTok of someone that did something like that, and it kind of baffles me in like how accurate the video was.
Yeah, and I think as fans that we've been for years, we'll be quite close to that too. Like, I haven't seen it, but I feel like we know enough about it and who's there and who's not there, what it would be like if the old man still ran the bitch.
It would not be good. Honestly, I'll put this out there, if it was still run by him today, I would probably go back to AEW permanently.
I get that.
Permanently. As much as I don't like AEW, I would probably go back to that and suffer through that every week.
Well, we will leave it at that for the day. We'll be back here tomorrow. I may not be at work till 5. I'll see. I'll let you know if I get to get out early, because I asked my boss today, and he's like, you might not have to be stuck here till 5. I'm like, hooray, that would be awesome. So it may be... So the show would be anywhere between 3 and 6. I can't give you a timetable now.
Yeah.
Until then, but for the people who want to watch it, it'll be then. I will post it on my Facebook and on here once I actually know what time I'll actually be home and can do this.
And I think tomorrow is just us, right?
Yep, because I think she's at one of her Dynasty shows.
Yeah, it's just something about like how she like got booked for a show. So, so just a dynamic duo this week, and then we'll see about next week. So
yes. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Go out there and do nice things for people, because the world is a very dark and weird place nowadays. Just be kind to people because it's the right thing to do, and you might just change their day.
And it doesn't cost anything.
I don't know who this guy is.